just a little blue all the time. Just a little blue all the time. Can't seem to find love that is truly mine. Just a little blue all the time.
Welcome to Psychological Explorations with Dr. Michael Axelman and Daniela. Trying something a little different today as we move into musical psychology and take examples from music and poetry to explore particular psychological concepts. Today we'll be listening to the wonderful Joyce Randolph and the title track from her CD, Just a Little Blue, with Bill Bell on piano and Jeff Chambers on bass. Just a Little Blue was selected because of the way it brings us into the depressive position, into that experience of fragility, of love, of loss. The depressive position will be explored, and the music of Joyce Randolph will be appreciated. Winnicott puts forth this notion of the development of the inner world. And if you're interested in exploring this first stage, we have a full presentation devoted to it, the autistic contiguous position, put forth by Thomas Ogden, which is a sensory-dominated pre-symbolic mode of generating experience. Very primitive. Anxiety in this mode consists of unspeakable terror, of the dissolution of boundedness. It's about the self and holding the self together. The paranoid schizoid position, in which the bad inside gets projected outward and then modified, often in a very controlling and over-controlling way, and introjection of idealized objects. So we can see that reality testing is compromised in this phase, and one is somewhat living in the split. It's them against me. Black and white thinking characterize this position. So there's a part object, a part of a person not fully whole, integrating with another part of a person and not recognizing their wholeness in the paranoid schizoid position. While in the depressive position, there's a gradual ability to recognize and tolerate loss and whole people relating to whole people. One's able to accept one's guilt with capacity to make reparations and be in real world relations. Winnicott also brought our attention during this phase to the capacity that the child has to be concerned about another one. Like, one may think, Mom's been away for a long time. I hope she comes back. I hope she's okay. So this wishing that mom is okay, this accepting that she's a whole person separate from you, is recognized in this all-important phase. And following this, during stages of kind of the denial of loss and sadness and fragility, The accent gets placed on aliveness and activity, distraction, exuberance, the denial of depression, and the denial of fragility. And Winnicott referred to this as the manic defense. And we also have another presentation that's solely devoted to this particular topic. Depressive position in normal development is a developmental achievement. The capacity to feel connected and cohesive and to experience emotional feelings associated with loss are characteristics of this stage. And I quote here from Winnicott, "The child or adult who has reached that capacity for interpersonal relationships, which characterizes the toddler stage of health, has passed through and beyond the depressive position. On the other hand, the child or adult who is chiefly concerned with the innate problems of personality integration and with the initiation of relationship with the environment is not yet at the depressive position in personal development." We can see here that paranoia as such predates depression in development. Paranoia is more primitive. The depressive position involves this integration of the first disappointment. Where you want the breast and the breast shows up and you're hungry and you get the comfort that you need. The child starts to believe that they're making this world happen, right? Which in many ways they are. But on the other end of this phase, there's this realization that there's a separate person who has competing interests and obligations. And it's that recognition here where there's a whole person that becomes recognized by the child. And it's very significant when this happens. And sometimes it doesn't happen, right? Where the stage isn't met and achieved, and one enters adulthood without this set of resources. So the depressive position is an achievement that belongs to the weaning age, 4 months to 18 months roughly, and it could go on to 24 to 36 months depending on the family and the circumstances. And I quote, "To reach the depressive position, a baby must have become established as a whole person and to be related to whole persons as a whole person. If this wholeness cannot be taken for granted, then nothing I have to say about the depressive position is relevant. The infant just gets along without it, and many do. In fact, in schizoid types, there may be no significant depressive position achievement, and a magical recreation has to be exploited in default of what is described as reparation and restitution. So it's magical, it's under the governance of omnipotence, rather than governed by the reality principle in terms of reparation and restitution, taking responsibility, experiencing guilt. So we close our discussion today with a listening to Joyce Randolph's wonderful composition, Just a Little Blue. Thank you for joining us for this presentation. Please come back to Psychological Explorations and join us for more. Bye-bye for now.
a little blue all the time. Just a little blue all the time. Can't seem to find love that is truly mine. Just a little blue all the time. Cold wind blowing across my heart. Cold wind blows all through this heart. Dark, lonely years filled with silent tears. Stay a little blue all the time. Though laughter surrounds me, though I'm the heart of the crowd, I'm weeping a river inside me. I just do no crying out loud, 'cause there's no one to kiss away my tears. No one to share my hopes and my fears. All my life through, living's just something to do. Stay a little blue all the time. Even though laughter surrounds me, oh, and though I'm the heart of the crowd, I'm weeping a river inside me. I just do no crying out loud. Oh, just a little blue. Oh, the time. Oh, so blue all the time. So blue all the time, no sunshine for me.